Amy Adams is trending again. And this time it's because her latest photos have taken over social media, with fans calling them bold, stunning, and unexpectedly powerful. But if you truly understand Amy Adams, you'll realize that boldness has always been part of her presence, not in a loud or controversial way, but in a quiet, confident, and deeply artistic way that has defined her entire journey in Hollywood. And as these new images spread across timelines and fan pages, the internet is reacting with a mix of admiration, nostalgia, and surprise, because people often forget how long Amy has been delivering unforgettable performances, how many times she has transformed herself on screen, and how consistently she has chosen depth over noise. And that's what makes this viral moment feel cinematic, because it's not about shock value, it's about evolution. It's about seeing an actress who has grown through decades of hard work step into the spotlight once again with the same grace and intensity that made her famous in the first place. And when people describe her new photos as bold, what they're really reacting to is confidence, the kind of confidence that comes from knowing your talent, knowing your worth, and not needing constant headlines to prove your relevance. Because Amy Adams has never relied on controversy to stay in the conversation. She built her reputation through performances that demanded emotional honesty, through characters that felt real and complex, and through a work ethic that quietly earned respect from both audiences and critics. And now, as her latest look trends online, it feels less like a sudden moment and more like a reminder that true star power doesn't disappear when the spotlight shifts. It simply waits for the right moment to shine again. And what's fascinating is how the internet responds to that kind of presence. Because in today's fast-paced digital culture, attention often belongs to whoever shouts the loudest. But Amy Adams has always been the opposite of loud. She is subtle, layered, and powerful in a way that grows on you rather than overwhelms you. And that subtlety becomes magnetic when captured in a single frame. And maybe that's why these new photos are resonating so strongly, because they show a woman who has mastered both vulnerability and strength, someone who can appear soft yet commanding at the same time. And that duality is rare, especially in an industry that often tries to simplify women into one-dimensional images. But Amy has always refused to be simplified. She has played dreamers, fighters, mothers, survivors, and visionaries, and each role added another layer to her identity. And when fans see her now, they're not just seeing a trending celebrity, they're seeing years of dedication reflected in her expression. And that reflection creates emotion, because audiences connect with journeys, they connect with growth. And Amy's growth has been visible, yet graceful, never desperate, never forced. And that's what makes this moment powerful, because it feels authentic, and authenticity stands out in a world full of filters and staged perfection. And as social media continues to circulate her latest images, conversations are shifting from simple compliments to deeper appreciation. People are revisiting her films, remembering iconic performances, and realizing how consistently she has delivered excellence without demanding constant applause. And that realization is inspiring, because it shows that longevity in Hollywood is possible without sacrificing integrity. And perhaps the most dramatic part of this viral trend is that it proves relevance is not about age or constant publicity. It's about impact, and Amy Adams has had an undeniable impact on modern cinema, shaping stories with emotional depth and sincerity. And now, even a single new photo shoot can spark global conversation, because her name carries weight, and weight is something that cannot be manufactured overnight. It is earned over time. And as the internet reacts to her latest appearance, labeling it bold and striking, the deeper truth is that it represents self-assurance, a woman comfortable in her skin, comfortable in her craft, and comfortable in her place within the industry. And that level of comfort radiates through the screen, turning ordinary moments into cinematic ones. And in the end, this trending wave is not about shock or controversy. It's about rediscovery. It's about audiences remembering why they admired her in the first place, and understanding that true icons don't chase attention. They attract it naturally, and Amy Adams continues to attract it simply by being herself, by showing up with grace, strength, and artistic depth. And that is why this moment feels significant, because it reminds us that some stars don't fade when trends change. They remain steady, evolving quietly until the world looks back and realizes they were never gone. So if you enjoyed this cinematic breakdown of Amy Adams' viral moment, and you want more powerful Hollywood stories told in a dramatic and easy-to-understand style, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the next iconic story is coming very soon.